Hybride.
Do you think I can do it?
Woohoo!
You want to do it?
We can't go in here. Come on,
No.
let's go over here. Maybe that's the spot.
What, we mind if I just have it?
Yeah, whatever.
Cool, yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah, that's about the place.
Fantastic.
Sweet. Yeah. Is it
Oh,
sweet?
yeah.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
It's all good. It's
Rest
of life.
Yeah,
It's homey.
probably.
It's
Yeah.
homey. Yeah, I grabbed this one. You guys, you want something to drink? I can grab some. It's a little hard.
No, I just got too much beer from Finway, so.
They drink too much beer. Did they pull you in their bus?
Yeah.
And make you drink all that beer?
Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Axel.
Cool.
Ah.
Well, Matt.
Matt? Yeah, that's you?
Andy.
Andy, you just told me that. Yeah. What's your name?
JF. Whoa. Woo.
JF.
JF.
Cool.
Like
Jean-François.
Jesus Frankenstein.
No.
Jean-François?
Jean-François.
Jean-François. Oh.
Alright.
You know?
Okay.
Here we are.
Should we do it in French?
Oh, well, can you speak French? Really?
I understand
Might be
pretty
a problem for
Je
these
comprends
two.
très bien,
Non,
mais,
je peux parler français.
mais le québécois c'est très difficile pour moi.
Tu parles comme en France.
Non, pas du tout. They speak all too fast, you know. They understand shit.
Et moi, je suis pas comme anglophone.
I just know I understand shit and I can pronounce that pretty good, you know.
Yeah,
It works every time. Makes people think that I speak English pretty good. You know?
Well, it does. I mean, in Japan, people think, oh, I speak
You don't have to speak good English in Japan anyway. You know, that doesn't help you at all.
No,
I'd
right?
rather speak like going food
Yeah.
or something like that.
And all through high school, like, you know, our teachers would tell us how dumb we were because everyone in Japan could speak 3 different languages. And
You know,
and I expected to-
Viso square.
It's not right though. You know, I have like totally respect for Japanese people because they know so much. You know,
Yeah, but they
when
don't know how to
we
speak
came
all
over there
languages.
and I found out about all their culture, I felt like that small.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Even
yeah.
though I'm from the old world,
Yeah.
I'm from Germany.
Yeah.
You know, the country where Beethoven comes from.
Right.
I mean,
Dog?
Universal
Or the
language.
composer. I
yeah.
thought you meant the movie, the dog, you know, Beethoven. Sorry, you know.
No, and I felt so small with
They have
when I
so
saw
much
those
respect, you know,
Japanese.
no stealing and stuff. I mean, you see people's bikes just in the middle of the city,
Yeah.
no locks on them. You know, I leave my bag
They
somewhere.
have a rate there, like all crimes get, I don't know, they found out
Yeah,
who did it, you know, like almost 99% of all the crimes get,
yeah.
what missing?
Yeah.
You know what
It's
I mean?
like, guess what? He stole.
It's the
Right.
only,
That's dude.
it's the only country we can do a whole tour and never have not
Not
one
have one
fight.
he stole. Oh yeah.
No, one fight, no. Very respect. People knock each other over and people stop and say, oh, sorry, you know. Yeah, it's like,
Suminasen.
yeah,
It's some Japanese.
yeah. Nihonga wa skoshi shika shiremasen.
Ah.
It's a little
That's what you need.
It's my banzao.
Your
Nice.
what? That's your bonsai?
No, that's my banzao.
Ah, your bonsai?
That's the only thing I know.
Okay.
My banzao. It's my banzao.
Okay, what do you need to know?
All right, so here we go. We're here
I'm
with,
sorry.
What was your name
That's
again?
okay, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
No. Hi, nice to see you.
No,
Hey.
Axel.
Hey Matt, is it you?
I'm Matt. I think that's someone from WIZO. Is
Yeah.
it pronounced right? WIZO?
That's
oh,
right.
Shit, I feel so small, dude.
Yeah, it's WIZO.
Cool.
We say WIZO, but actually we don't mind at all. Anybody says. You know, in Germany, a Z is like a tss.
Okay.
So kids
WIZO.
come and say WIZO, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And Americans say WIZO, even
WIZO.
WIZO. And like the French people, they do it pretty good. So
Cool. If I'm not
They say
mistaken,
WIZO.
WIZO stands for, it means Y.
Yeah, it's kind of like Y, you know. It came from the word WIZO, which is spelled like W-I-E-S-O. You know?
Okay, and you just
and we
like-
fucked it up and just
You did it yo style.
yeah, just like when we were 15, we thought it's really funny, you know.
Cool.
so why?
I have no idea. You know,
Sounds
it's been so long. It's just another 4-letter word now, you know. It looks like it's a pretty good name for kids to remember, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
How long has it been that you guys been around now?
Oh, you know, my bass player and me, we started this in winter '85. Like we're really old, but it took us a while until we got to play shows and play live because we didn't have a drummer a long time. So we started playing our first shows in like '87, and that first tour was in '90. You know, and then we took out 2 demo tapes there, and then we made our first 7-inch. We made our first album, second album. We all do that on our own label, Hulk Records.
Mhm.
And we're still on our own label, and it's so funny. People came up and make such a big deal out of this DIY thing. You know, it's just normal for us. You know, because by the time we started out, nobody wanted to do an album with us, and those who wanted, we knew that they're gonna rip us off. You know, so we wanted to have the total control, so we had to do it ourselves. You know.
So what's up with all the Fat Records?
Yeah, the Fat Records deal is just a license deal. When we got to play with NoFX in 95 something, I think it was 1994. I have no idea. And we played 2 really shitty shows with them. You know, like we sucked so bad. And Fat Mike came to me after the show and said, "I loved your set." And I was like, one of those phony Americans, you know, come to you, lie. I thought he hasn't seen anything at all anyway, you know. And then he started singing one song. I love this one song. Das goldene Stück Scheiße. And which is in fact one of our slowest songs. And I thought, wow, this cool, fast, melodic hardcore guy likes our slowest song. And then we found out that we both have a big heart for pop music, you know, for good melodies and cheesy stuff, you know.
Cool.
So and then I thought, okay, now you have to do something. So I grabbed a big bunch of merchandise from us, you know, all the CDs that we had there and T-shirts, and gave them to Fat Mike. And I said, I thought, oh wait, maybe one day Fat Mike wears a WIZO T-shirt or something, you know. But then 2 weeks later, it became even better. He called me. He said, "I like your UARC album. I want to license it and put it out on Fat Records." And I was like, yeah, sure, you know. It's got like 21 songs and there's like 6 in English, you know. And then he said, "Yeah, but you know, Americans, they have a short attention span." Okay, I had to translate this word first. So we rather put out only 13 songs on this album. And I said, "Okay, which ones you want?" And I thought he'd probably take all the English ones, you know. But we ended up him picking out 11 songs in German and 2 songs in English, you know. And I thought it's amazing. And I asked him, "Aren't you afraid that people won't buy that, you know, because it's in German, you know?" And he said, "Well, I don't care." And that was so cool. And then we got to play our first tour in America, and we played on the Warped Tour actually. That's when we came to Canada first, and we played in Toronto and in Vancouver. Yeah, and that was great for us. So you know, on this tour, because that was the first time we played in America, and you know, Americans, they think they're the center of the universe.
Really, we are.
Yeah, but as a matter of fact, it's Canadian. No, then we came to Canada, and everything is a little more European there, and we liked it a lot there, you know. And so we wanted to come back, and plus, ever since we had this record out on Fat, it seems like Canada is like the second biggest country for us, except Germany, you know. We see that on our internet pages. Like Canada is the country where the second most hits come from, and mail and emails. Like from Canada, it's like crazy, you know. We don't understand that. What makes us?
Melodies.
Yeah.
When you guys got called, to come up to Canada to do Snow Jam, what was your reaction? Like, were you guys happy about that?
We thought like, yeah, we wanted to go there. You know, we looked for a good chance. We asked Mike if there's any possibility to come to Canada soon, because, like I told you, we knew that there'll be a lot of people, and you know, some people, not a lot, and so we told him, and then Mike called me and said, "There's a Snow Jam thing going on. You guys want to be on it?" And we thought, yeah, such a festival is a good thing for us, you know, playing a short set and with a lot of other nice bands. When we found out about the whole thing, we liked it even more, you know. But we wanted to be on the whole Snow Jam tour, but we couldn't make it because the smaller shows in the West, you know, would have been a lot of driving, only very low guarantees, and we had to come up for a lot of stuff. You know, the flights would have been a lot more expensive to fly to the West, you know, so we would have lost a lot of money. And then we asked those guys from Greenland if it'll be okay if we only play this part, Quebec and Ontario shows, you know. And they said, yeah, it's okay, whatever you want. And so we came over here to play 6 shows, and it's like, yeah, sad because we wanted to go to Vancouver and there. But you know, at least we're here, you know.
Cool. This is my last question before I head off and let Andy do the rest. We're now
Hey, they're my label mates. Do you know that?
They're on Fat now?
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
signed on Fat.
They're
Yeah,
fucking rad,
and
dude.
the Muffs too, and the Dickies.
What?
Yeah.
The Muffs?
Yes, I think it's a little secret. You know what Fat Mike told me on the phone? He said, "Oh, I'm gonna put out this 7-inch with Snuff, the Muffs, and Fluff."
Snuff muffin?
Snuff Muff.
He even signed Fluff because they got dropped, and we played with Fluff on the Warped Tour. Do you guys?
Yeah.
You know, they're really cool.
They're
you know, those
crazy.
low guitars and Otis, the singer,
Yeah.
is such a great guy. Oh,
Yeah. Well, where I was heading with my last question being, now the popularity of like WIZO, High Standard, like Millencolin, all these people from across Europe,
Yeah.
out in North America. Do you guys feel happy to be a part of that? To be like, well,
Totally.
be
Hey, I
accepted?
mean, can you imagine? I wake up every morning when I'm here, over here in Canada, and I think of, you know, we toured a lot. We toured in Europe, not so much in other countries, but a lot in Germany. And when we were over there in Japan, there were lots of kids giving us demo tapes, you know?
Yeah.
And they had great bands, great songs, great musicians. They knew how to play their instruments, you know? When we went to France, we met bands there, you know? And when we were on tour in the US, we even had kids there giving us demo tapes. And then I just figured, you know, there's like millions of bands everywhere in the world. I mean, just like in Canada, there's possibly like, how many? Like thousands of bands, you know? And we got picked out to be on Fat Records, you know? And I don't feel like we're a really good band, though, you know? And we got picked out, and we now have the opportunity to travel, like coming to Canada. And of course we appreciated a lot if there's other bands from Europe too, because when we first started out in the late 80s, early 90s, we had to deal with that problem that in Germany, when you played a show, like it was hard for you as a German band to get people to come to your shows. But when a band from America came, like nobody even never heard of their name. They just had the name like from fart assholes,
From
written from wherever, Washington DC or something, and it was packed, you know. And we hated that this thing that we couldn't fight at all, you know, because we knew back then there's so many German bands, not us, you know, but other bands that were so good and that would have earned it that people would come to their shows. And I know a lot of friends of mine that broke up with their bands because they were so frustrated about that, you know.
It sucks.
Yeah, and so I think it's just a just thing that now some bands from Europe come over here, you know, and because there's so many good ones there, you know.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna run because I really have to go to the washroom, but Andy's gonna take over
Yeah,
the rest now.
there's one upstairs.
All right, cool. Well, I'll see you later. And
Yeah,
Andy's
bye,
turn.
man.
So since you guys came on the Warped Tour the first time,
Yeah.
how was the crowd's reaction when you guys played like No Use and Sublime and L7?
You know, it took us a while to find ourselves through all that, but after a while, it was like this whole big family thing going
Really?
on.
Cool.
Yeah, and like we were the exotics on this billing, you know. But it turned out to be really cool for us, even though we had to play the side stage and really early. But still, we had those L7 girls, like getting themselves out of the bus, you know, like was totally tired, but they somehow made it to sit on our stage and join our set. And the Cinderblock from Tilt came to see us. The guys from No Use came. Even the guys from Sick of It All were there, you know, and they seemed to like it, you know. That was so great for us. And the reaction of the kids actually was like weird, you know. First they thought like, what the hell,
Like,
you know?
which language is that first?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we told them, we're on Fat Records, Fat Mike signed us, you know, Fat Mike, the cool guy, you know. And then they were like, Fat Mike, cool, okay, hey! You know, we still make fun of that a lot.
And
You
since
know?
you guys are on Fat, is it still DIY with WIZO? Or
Yes, of course. We're still on our own label. We just did some new records there, you know, which are not licensed to to Fat Records, and this new album that we have, it's not an album, it's an 8-song EP that we have out there. It's called Kraut and Rüben.
Okay.
Kraut und Rüben. It's a name for a big mess. It's a compilation that Fat Mike did from some of our old shit, some compilations, some shit that we did for compilations,
Right.
some stuff that we took out on our last album in Germany that Fat Mike didn't license because he didn't like the whole album, just only 3 songs of that.
Okay.
And even 2 songs from the UARC album, which he didn't put on the first one. You know, like I told you, we had 21 songs,
Right.
and he only took 13, so he took another 2, or was it 3? I think 3 of those. So it's a compilation now
Right.
from other stuff, and we would have never signed to Fat Records, even, you know, also they're a really good label if we didn't have if we wouldn't think that they're really cool, you know, because they are, you know. And they really treat you so good. They do whatever you want to as a band, you know. If you say like, oh, we don't want to do interviews or videos or something like that, they totally respect that. They ask you for that. They give you good money, you know, compared to other labels. And it's just so cool with all those people working at Fatline, you know. And like I had never had any bad experiences. And, you know, there's a lot of difficult things to deal with if you're from Germany. You have contracts,
Right, exactly.
the laws are different, and they just went through that all so easy, you know.
So is the deal that you guys make your own records and Fat actually like help you distribute through North America? Is
No.
that
They license stuff, you know.
Okay.
A record like the UAG, we put that out in Germany. We sold it for 1 year almost, you know, and then Fat Mike took it and put it out on Fat Records. You
Okay.
know? And it looks a little different. The artwork is changed. Like we added translations and stuff like that. And it'll be like this in our next album too. You know, we put it out on Hulk Records. And if Fat Mike likes it, he'll might take all of the songs or only a few of those and put it out on Fat Records, which is totally cool with us. You know?
Cool.
Fantastic.
And last question. Any difference between the crowds, like the music styles in Germany as compared to North America? Have you seen? Or more the
You
same?
know, it's more the same. I mean, like in Germany, we don't draw those kids with hooded sweaters and baggy pants so much. You know, we have more punk rockers coming to see us because in Germany we're not one of the Fat Records band. We're a Deutsch punk band. You know, a German punk rock band. So people see us different there, and we don't draw this typical, you know, California hardcore crowd. You know, and this is one of the difference. And other than that, it's always hard to tell because we always used to play with other bands there, and people didn't seem to come for us, you know, but for other bands. Like tonight, there's going to be kids there for Pennywise and kids for H2O, and so it's more of a hardcore audience, you know. But we're not threatened by that at all, you know. Like we do our thing, and I mean, as far as I know, I'm like the only one who has a leather jacket in here. That makes me feel weird and old sometimes.
And the punk hairstyle. Like,
yeah, but what can you do? I mean, punk is a different thing right
Exactly.
now in the 90s, you know, and I'm not the one to judge that, you know, because for me it's cooler if kids come to see shows like that than if they go to see the Spice Girls.
Alright,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Spice Girls, actually.
no, just the look right there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a
Thank you
lot.
for having me.
Thanks a lot.